The Pokemon Killer Curse. What is it, and is it even a real thing? By now, many people have heard of the phrase Pokemon Killer. It's a phrase that's often used by gaming journalists and content creators to sensationalize their content. The phrase is a statement that questions if a new game could potentially dethrone Pokemon as the face of monster taming games, also sometimes called creature collector games. No game has ever come close to actually dethroning Pokemon. Some may try to argue that Palworld came close to dethroning Pokemon, but that is not actually true. Palworld came close to making the same amount of money as Pokemon. It wasn't seen as a replacement to most customers. Do I believe they got sued because they were seen as a threat? 100%. But if you ask the average Pokemon player if they would give up on Pokemon and just play Palworld, then most would say no without much thought. Now it's time to take a look and see if the phrase is actually cursed. Do I personally believe the phrase is cursed? No, but it's definitely not helpful. In fact, pretty much every time a game has been given the label Pokemon Killer, it later experiences some sort of negative backlash. For example, just think about if there was a Death Note that was just like a Pokemon Killer note, right? And so every time you listed a game's name in that book, the game failed or something bad happened. Now usually this backlash is from hardcore Pokemon fans. Keep in mind, gaming journalists can also be hardcore Pokemon fans. Some might even call them Pokemon zealots, but that's a whole nother topic, involving a religious-like devotion to the Pokemon company. Now as far as real-life examples of the Pokemon Killer curse myth, example 1 is Temtem. It was labeled a Pokemon killer, and now it seems like there will be no continuation of Temtem, and the team appears to be shifting away with the release of Temtem Swarm, a game similar to Vampire Survivors. Example 2 is Yokai Watch, a franchise that gained massive popularity in Japan and then spread to America. Currently, most American gamers don't even know much about Yokai Watch or that it even exists. Example 3 is Spectrobes, a franchise created by Disney that has since been discontinued. And the last example I'll give is Nexomon. While Nexomon is still active and Nexomon 3 is currently in development, its fan size is considerably smaller than Pokemon. Now the last thing I'll say is I don't think that the Pokemon Killer curse is a real thing. Some people think it's a real thing, but I don't think it's a real thing because it's more so just the fans getting mad at any game being referenced in the same light as Pokemon.
If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to subscribe and like and share. Find out what happens next time on the OFC.